I'm not your typical homeless person, and I even had those stereotypes before I got involved. And I've learned that, like, nobody is really your typical homeless youth.
Friends of Youth has a vision that all youths should have the opportunities to succeed. We have a growing population of homeless youth on the east side, and we want to provide a place where they could not have to go across the bridge.
We have a lot of bedding. We didn't used to have very many blankets. More than anything, they're there as a support to help you try to get your basic needs met.
Friends of Youth has done a lot for me. I really hope they stay around. Before, I was just pretty much at ground zero. Now where I'm at now, I owe the bulk of that to Friends of Youth, giving me shelter, transportation, food, a family atmosphere to a certain extent. That was really huge.
And just help you get through your days. Nobody can do it on their own. Having that support can be priceless. So it's almost 8:30, so we're setting up for shelter. My name is Erica Scott. I am 19 years old, and I go to Interagency Orion School in Seattle, and I'm in 12th grade. So everyone has their own mat, and they need to be a certain width apart. I've been with Friends of Youth for over a year now, and at first, they were just helping me with trying to find housing. Then I became homeless, and I was staying at the shelter. I spent the last 2 years of high school and then the year after that in the hospital for depression and an eating disorder. This is my bag of bedding. My parents moved to Virginia while I was in and out of the hospital, and I really don't have a lot of contact with them. Once I turned 18, I got out of the hospital. I ended up getting my own apartment and getting a job and trying to pay for that. And I was doing well, but when I relapsed, I had to go back to treatment, and I was trying to work full-time and going to treatment full-time. I couldn't afford to pay for my apartment and pay for treatment, so that's how I became homeless. They've helped me with bus passes. Friends of Youth helped me get back into school. So that was like, okay, I finally have goals. I finally have a place that I'm going, and that's when I started getting back on track. I definitely have days where I'm feeling down and hopeless, like it's always a struggle, but I just have to keep my head up.
Iva Matson is the person who we think of as the founder of Friends of Youth. She was someone who was interested in helping meet the needs of her local community.
As she saw how her dream has mushroomed into what it is today, I think she would have a sense of contentment and a pleasure that she really had contributed something during her life.
The breadth of the programs at Friends of Youth is astonishing, and they do a lot of different things for a lot of different kids.
We provide emergency shelter, we provide long-term transitional housing for young adults, and residential treatment, and foster home for both boys and girls. We also have a program for teen parents where a home visitor goes in once a week and stays with them for up to 3 years to help them become the best parents that they can be.
What I appreciate about Friends of Youth is what they do for these children, and the interaction they have with the kids, the services, the counseling, and really just being there. It scares me to think that a child my son's age could be out on the streets with no place to go.
My name's Leo. I'm 20 years old. I'm a counselor with Friends of Youth.
Want a shower?
Please. When I was younger, living with my mom, there wasn't really a lot of help for us, so myself and my mother were just staying kind of place to place. That wasn't working anymore. I became actually homeless. I heard about the landing shelter and I stayed there.
Their heart and passion for the kids, really wanting to do right by children who have had a very tough background, and that without help and support, they might not be able to be strong, successful adults.
Just from the struggles that, low-income youth face, Friends of Youth has done a lot for me.
I I definitely plan on coming back to Friends of Youth once I am stable and on my own. But I know I'll definitely come back in some way to help out, because they've helped me a lot, and I definitely want to give back.
And I expect that Friends of Youth will be supporting youth and their families in one form or another for a very long time.